I'd like to introduce Felipe Abade, who is a wonderful friend and pioneer in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I think it's important when we hold forums such as these that we bring diversity within the community, and we hear from people and stories where we very rarely hear in Australia. We very rarely hear from people about what's happening in South America, particularly Brazil. So Felipe, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and tell people what you do.
Hello, Martin. Well, first of all, thank you for having me in here, guys, and in this incredible forum, a lot of experience. We can switch in here, so it's amazing for me, like a HR professional, and to know what happened in other countries, not only in Brazil but also all around the world. The world, right? Well, my name is Felipe Abade. I am 32, black guy, bold, tall, thin, and passionate about people. I've been working in human resources area for 13 years and developing subsistence in every single experience that I had. Personal department, training and development, recruitment and selection, and so on. I am graduated and post-graduated in this area, and I started in a new college the last year in psychology. Now I'm looking for new challenges and opportunities in human resources area in Brazil or abroad also. So I'm available to talk to you guys if my profile is interesting to you. So feel free to talk to me. Um,
So how is life? Yeah, how is life for you and the LGBTQI plus community in Brazil? The reason I ask that is for our trans friends who suffer incredible persecution, particularly in Brazil. The rate of murder is shocking, particularly in Brazil for trans women of color. So I'd love you to share, what life is like for you personally as an out gay black man, but the LGBTQI plus community in Brazil.
Okay, my life is in here, Martin, in Brazil, isn't bad for being gay. I got the respect from my family, friends, colleagues, bosses, etc. But this is not the reality in Brazil to all, mostly transsexual people in here. In my city, for example, two trans women was beaten less than 24 hours this week. So this is a serious problem. There's a lot of prejudice in job market in all community who think in another example that pansexual is a door to be pedophile. That's an absurd. I wrote that today in a comment in a post. Who Demi Lovato said she's pansexual. Why this kind of thing happen? The machismo, sexism that exists in here, it's too strong. So we are not safe at all in Brazil. It's one of the countries who kill the LGBTQ plus the most. So all guys trying to switch the meaning of pansexual, transsexual, or homosexual to a per thing. This is a problem. Trying to put in another mind like probably a future criminal. So it's an absurd and it still happens in here. I saw and I write and I discuss, I argument about it today with a guy saying that in a post. So it's really sad in here. This is the reality in here.
So I really love how you proudly identify as a black gay man. Have you experienced homophobia and racism in Brazil?
Yes, racism, particularly in here, not, but homophobia during my internship, yes. I worked with evangelical women in there, three women. It's funny because it was an HR agency. In there, I got all the knowledge to raise to build the Recruta LGBTQ plus in here. But whatever. In there, I had a lot of prejudice. The girls said clearly she didn't like it me and trying to say bad things about me in front of my face. So no reason for that. And during my birthday, I got pennies, chocolate pennies, like a gift from my birthday. And I was not a friend of her. And it was really sad, this kind of behavior in there. So this is the first and thank God the last thing that I suffered, like homophobia in job market. And we can talk about bullying during my 12 to 14 years in the college. It was considered joke. We are talking about just 1,000 years. So 21 years ago, it was a joke. And now we know a lot of guys start suffering during the school. That's a problem. In here in Brazil, there's a politic that you can talk about sexuality. Bolsonaro prohibited all this kind of discussion in the school, transsexual discussion, and all for the respect of the traditional family in here, like he said. So this is a main problem that we have to try to stop with the homophobia, transphobia, and so on in here.
So you have taken an incredible problem of hate and turned that into something beautiful by creating the company Recruta LGBTQ. So please share with people what you have done and what Recruta LGBTQ is.
Well, Recruta LGBTQ Plus, there's a lot of services in there. So a lot of volunteers we have today, 13, 14 volunteers in all kind of areas in here. Attorney, psychologist, nutritionist, and so on, all free for all the community in here. And all start during this period, the quarantine in June 2020. And I tried to do something for our community in here. I thought, oh, we need to do more for everybody. We have the situation of transsexual people in here living on the street, just trying to got a tent to sleep and trying something to food. All the places closed because the corona and everything happening here, and all the community needs a lot of things, a lot of jobs and basic stuffs. And I said it's not possible to keep continuing and nobody doing nothing, even inside of our community in here. We can consider that, I don't know in your countries, guys, but in here, every single letter, just trying to think about LGBT, and we need to think about in all letters, and everybody needs to support more to get more things in the society, more respect, more opportunities, another vision of the things. For example, my boss in the other company, the accounting office that I've been working for some projects, just start comprehend all the things or the feeling about transsexual people talking to me. He never had the chance to talk about it. So this is the chance to change the part of the world that you live. You have to try to understand another people. Empathy is the key word in here. So try to talk with your brother, with your sister in the community. Try to explain for all the people who lives near you, or try to do some jokes with transgender or gay or lesbian, and try to explain how all the people feel about it, what's the reality, what everything is happening and why it's happening right now.
what I like is that you've created a company to help the LGBTQI plus community find jobs. You've gone from human resources recruitment to the other side as an entrepreneur, and you have volunteers, not just to help people find jobs, lawyers, people to help with nutrition, people to help with psychology, so to help prepare people to find a job. You mentioned people living in tents, but you have made an impact. Please share about Bernardo, a trans man who you helped find a job, because job is not just about a place to work. It's moving out of the tent to having a place to live, the very basics of humanity.
That's the best part is a success case about Bernardo in here is a trans man from Brazil. And the first company that talked to me about the diversity in organization was NeoAssist, a computer and informatic system in here, and we need to innovate, but we don't know how to start with all that. You can help me? Oh, for sure. But why? The first question, why trans people in here? Why diversity? Are you ready for it? Or it's just the new thing in the job market? Why? And no, we are prepared to do that. We have gays, lesbian in here. Everybody can respect all the sexuality or identity, and we need some representative in transgender in here. So I want to find someone with the profile that we need in here. And I said, okay, let's do that. So we start to look it up, and Bernardo came to me with the resume. We have a bank of resumes, more than 1,000 right now. And when the company wanna put a post about the vacancy and the new opportunities, I try every single time understand the moment of the company, because how you said, Martin, this is not a situation to work. Okay, you hired, but what about the quality of the work, the workplace, the colleagues, the mind of the people around you? So this is pretty important, and I really care about it when I try to combine something partnership with the company, and the company was completely ready to do that. And then we start with something interviews, and Bernardo was excellent, was hired, really happy. The company got the visibility that not imagined about it. And guess what? Bernardo was there about 6-8 months, and last month he got the first promotion in the company.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was amazing. And then we can see the company, it's really interesting. He felt really great, and he told me that in the last one, he tried to come back to São Paulo. He was in Minas in here, and the company that he was working, he suffered prejudice in there, and in here it was completely different. He came back and in a new company with respect, with opportunities, equality, and it was amazing. This case make my ear, I can say that.
So to wrap up, do you have a final message you would like to share with all the wonderful people attending today?
Yes, my message to you is, when you think helping people, gives as much as possible. If you can do more for anyone, do it. This is the main reason we are alive, to make the other lives easier and happier.
Muito obrigado, Felipe. I love Brazil.
Muito
I was
obrigado, eu
supposed
que
to go
agradeço.
last year for Sao Paulo Pride, and I can't wait to come over. And I'd love you to come to Australia and meet. You have
Would
many,
be
many
great,
friends
man.
here waiting to meet you in person. And the same with Celia. We're waiting to welcome you to Australia again and meet you in person. But thank you for your time this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you. Obrigado. Muito, muito obrigado.